Brave Butterflies by Susan Blackaby. Kitty, here, kitty, kitty. Kiki, that rascal, had escaped when I opened the door. She scampered across the lawn and slipped into the Garcia's yard. I followed her and searched the bushes next to the house. When I finally spotted her, I had to bend low to reach her. She pawed at my outstretched fingers. I was about to call her when I heard two men's voices drifting through the open window above my head. They were talking about my father. I froze. "Alberto Perez is involved," said Mr. Garcia. He has been with those who are foolish enough to organize in the name of the Las Mariposas. I've heard he keeps a journal about their activities. It's only a matter of time until we arrest him. In the meantime, I'm keeping my eye on him. "Why should we wait?" the other voice asked. "We should get our hands on that journal now. Think of the reward," he said. Garcia laughed. "There's no harm in conducting a surprise search. It's a good way to find out what information he has." I was stunned. I'd never suspected that Mr. Garcia was a member of the secret police. The voices became muffled as the men moved through the house, and I heard the front door open. I stayed in my hiding place until I saw Mr. Garcia and the other man drive away. Then I scooped up Kiki and sneaked back home. At dinner, I couldn't eat. My stomach churned and my throat felt raw. Papi chatted with Carlos about baseball as if he didn't have a care in the world. Mommy, always on the alert, reached over and felt my forehead. Her thin fingers tipped my chin to the light. I looked into her eyes and saw the fear and worry that I had not recognized before. "Early bedtime for you," she said. Normally, I would protest. I had just turned 13 and Mommy still treated me like a child. But now I simply nodded, not trusting myself to speak. I awoke in the middle of the night and looked outside. A dim light flickered in one of the Garcia's windows, a watchful eye spying on us. In the study, I could hear Papi and Mommy talking in low whispers. I tiptoed down the hallway and stood in the shadows. "Alberto, please, you must be more careful," Mommy pleaded. "Getting involved in politics is risky. Think of our friends who have gone to prison or disappeared. Think of the Mirabal sisters. We could suffer the same fate." "I am thinking of them," said Papi. "I am thinking of the courage that the Mirabals, those brave mariposas, showed in standing up to the dictator. And I'm thinking of our children's future. Just imagine what it would be like to live in freedom." "But Alberto, these are violent and dangerous times," said Mommy. "Everyone in the Dominican Republic is caught in an iron grip of fear. I share your dream, but I'm afraid of what could happen." "And I'm afraid of what could happen if we do nothing," said Papi. I tiptoed back to my room and curled up with Kiki under my chin. I didn't sleep for a long time, and when I did, I dreamed of butterflies, their wings flickering in the sunshine. A week later, Mr. Garcia carried out his threat. When Carlos and I got home from school, the car I had seen before was parked out in front of the Garcia's house. Once we were safely inside, I grabbed Carlos' arms and hurried him in the kitchen where Mommy was cooking. "Mr. Garcia is going to search the house," I said. "Is Papi's journal here?" Mommy looked startled. Then she answered, "Yes, Anna, but it is well hidden." "I don't know where it is." "I do," I said. I hurried to Papi's study and pulled up the loose floorboard underneath the desk. The thin, worn notebook was wrapped in cloth. "Carlos, quick," I said. "Hand me your baseball bat." I was replacing the floorboard when Mr. Garcia pounded on the door. Carlos answered and then stepped aside as Mr. Garcia and several of the men in his squad entered the house. Mommy came from the kitchen, wiping her hands on her apron. "Good evening, Mrs. Perez." Mr. Garcia smiled, but his eyes were as cold as steel. "Good evening," said Mommy. If you're looking for Alberto, I'm afraid he isn't here. Oh, we know that, Mrs. Perez, said Mr. Garcia. He was seen leaving the university just a while ago. Unless he stops somewhere on the way home, he should be here in 15 or 20 minutes. I'm sure he will come straight home, said Mommy. We will soon see, said Mr. Garcia. In the meantime, my men will have a look around. Mommy, Carlos, and I sat in the dining room while Mr. Garcia's men opened drawers and cupboards. They pulled the books off the bookshelf and threw the pillows off the furniture. So, Carlos, sneered Mr. Garcia, I hear that you are the fourth Alou. Brother, I suppose you are hopeful that you will be asked to play ball in the United States in a few years. Yes, sir, said Carlos, twirling his baseball bat between his knees. Just then, Kiki danced across the floor. We watched as she swallowed a big wad of tape between her paws. One flick sent it tumbling under the bureau. Mr. Garcia frowned. I held my breath. Papi came through the door right on time. Late that night, when the police were finally gone, Papi came into my room. You were very brave, Anna, he said. Carlos and Mommy tell me that you were the one who came to the rescue. We all did, Papi, I said. Carlos wrapped your notebook around the handle of his bat, and Mommy helped me retape it. Even Kiki helped. She hid the old tape under the bureau. But you knew what was coming, said Papi. You hover around us, watching and waiting. Kind of like a butterfly, I said. The end.